In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to plan team capacity and allocate resources in Jira. If you've ever committed to a big release and then realized your team was overbooked halfway through, you already know why capacity planning matters. When availability lives across spreadsheets, calendars, and chat threads, it becomes very hard to see who has room, who is overloaded, and where delivery risks are starting to build. Jira gives you a much more centralized and visual way to manage that. And in this walkthrough, we'll set up a plan, connect your work data, define team capacity, and review workload balance clearly inside the platform. To get started, open your preferred web browser and go to your organization's Atlassian workspace or the Atlassian sign-in page. Log in securely with your company account, and once you reach the main dashboard, you'll be ready to access your planning workspace. From the top navigation area, open plans or advanced plans if that's what your subscription shows, and select Create Plan. This is where you begin building a master portfolio view for capacity tracking. Give the plan a clear professional name that helps you recognize it later, especially if your organization manages multiple teams or release streams. Then continue to the next screen. Jira will then ask you to choose the data sources for the plan. Select the boards, project backlogs, or shared workspaces you want included. This step is important because it pulls live work data into one place, helping you avoid duplicate manual tracking and making sure your capacity view reflects what your teams are actually working on. Next, open the team's settings from the left sidebar and choose the team you want to configure. Under the team's capacity settings, decide whether the team works in hours or story points. Then enter the baseline capacity you want Jira to use, such as a sprint velocity target. This gives the plan a realistic reference point so it can flag overloads accurately instead of relying on guesswork. Now switch to the team's view above the timeline. This is where the plan becomes especially useful. You'll see workload allocation displayed visually across the schedule. When work stays within the team's defined capacity, the indicators remain balanced. If someone is double booked or a team is carrying too much work at once, Jira highlights that with warning colors so you can spot the issue immediately. If you need to fix an overload quickly, use the timeline directly. Click and drag the schedule bar for the overbooked item to a later point in the calendar, then release it. Jira recalculates availability in real time, which makes it easy to test adjustments without editing every issue manually. Before you wrap up, review the full plan carefully. Confirm that team capacity settings are displaying correctly, assignments look accurate, your timeline changes are saved, and there are no obvious workload conflicts left unresolved. That's it. You now have a clean visual capacity plan in Jira that helps you manage team bandwidth with much more confidence.